Yes, live. Okay, right, week 8. I'm going to try and get straight into this because even though it's only actually covering like kind of maybe 4, 5 or 6 days, I've got loads I want to talk about and share in videos and stuff because we've actually just packed heaps into this last week or so. I kind of thought about splitting this into 2, but then I thought, oh, fuck it, I'll just stick with this one. So try and keep this trim. It could be the longest one yet, but yeah. So I've had. This is like the start of every vlog now. I've had a ridiculously good week. We end the last one, we were leaving San Cristobal, the sort of the really cool but quite cold town in the mountains of Chiapas, to go to another town, Palenque, which is also in the state of Chiapas, and it's only 67 miles away. So somehow we still managed to take us an 8-hour bus because we took a ridiculously long route to get there. However, when we got there, it was brilliant. So Palenque is famous just for these really cool old Mayan ruins, like some of the most famous, or a lot of people say like the best Mayan ruins you can see in all of Mexico. So we decided we'd just stay there for a couple of days, see the ruins. So we got there in the evening, and we were staying in these cool kind of cabana huts, sort of half in and out of the jungle. So one of the cool things about these ruins is that although there's some that have been excavated and renovated, which I'll show you in a second, a lot of them are just completely Indiana Jones'd it underneath the jungle. So we went down to the ruins, and we took a tour guide to take us into the jungle part of the ruins, which was exactly that, straight into the thick of it, walking around. Did lots of kind of looking at old ruins, some obligatory shots of us swinging from some vines, and eating some termites out of just termite mines that we found, which I'm going to drop in here just because they're quite funny, Rich and Sam, and also give you a feel of the jungle. Here he goes. Wait. Tarzan Moore. What are you doing?
Scratching it off.
Scratch it out.
More.
Oh, harder.
Wait
a little bit.
Come on.
Do some more.
There you go.
Are they coming out?
They're bigger than last time.
Oh, and I got one.
Wait.
One. How do they taste?
Fairly tasty.
Yeah.
So that was that. Obviously, just us being gringos and having a fun time. Probably the funniest thing we did on this jungle walk as well was our guide took us to this old Mayan aqueduct, which is like nearly actually sort of 2,000 years old. Some of this stuff's between 1,500 and 2,000 years old. The aqueduct itself was just this tiny little slot in the wall with like fresh water coming out. It was terrifying. He told us there was bats inside. There was a massive spider on the entrance. I filmed Rich going in, and then I also filmed us when we were inside. So even though it was funny, we were absolutely bricking it. But yeah, check this out because this is hilarious. Rich, I'll see you tomorrow. Rich, any last words, mate?
Oh god, that's such a big spider.
In you go.
Okay.
See you never.
Oh my fucking god. Oh. Take photos. Okay. Alright then.
Oh fuck this, I don't know. Oh god, Jesus Christ. Oh, goodbye, dude. Bye, dude. Oh, Rich, shine the torch on your face. There he is. We're literally in an old 2,000-year-old Mayan aqueduct, walking through water, and the guide has taken our shoes somewhere. So yeah, that was good. Oh, I also took a snap of Sam when he was inside there. He was the most scared of all behind me. So obviously it was pitch black when I took this, but the flash I think really captured the feeling he was getting. So look at this too. Yeah. So other than walking around in the jungle, which was brilliant, we saw monkeys and it was just kind of thick forest. We also went to the same part of the area, which is the excavated part. I could drop in loads of photos of these temples, but one of the coolest things there was that there wasn't really that many people. In some places there was some, but like at one point I just found me, Rich and Sam were just walking and it was just the 3 of us and no one else around. These really cool old Mayan pyramids. I took a little video. I'm just going to drop in one of these because I'm conscious of time, and I've got loads more that I might post on Facebook or whatever. But yeah, this was just, it was amazing. So yeah, check this out. Beautiful. Yes, when you get these places to yourself, it's just awesome. yeah, so that's the condensed version of that one day in the Palenque ruins, which was yeah, brilliant. We had an extra day in Palenque. We were going to get the night bus the following evening. We'd heard that just kind of not too far from our hostel there was like it's an eco, what do they call it, like an eco sanctuary or an eco park. It's kind of like a zoo, but where they rescue animals and rehabilitate them into the wild. I'm not going to share a load of photos of just all the animals we saw, because that's kind of actually cool for me, but quite boring, I think, to just see like me taking photos of leopards and not leopards, jaguars and monkeys. But probably the funniest thing we did was feed the manatees. So they have river manatees in the area. They had like these 4 massive, huge, they're like 3 or 4 meters long manatees, and you can just like pay a couple of quid to go and feed them with cucumber and yucca and some other beetroot. So yeah, this is a little feel of that, because this was a really fun, and they are really weird, amazing creatures. So that was our awesome second day in Palenque. Yeah, so that was awesome. This was the point here where I've kind of rushed through that I was going to stop the first vlog, because even though that was only 2 days, but push on through from here. Palenque, absolutely brilliant. Not somewhere I'd be like, oh, I wish we'd stayed there longer, but we definitely could have stayed another day or two and like seen some more of the stuff around. But amazing ruins, really cool sort of animal park, really cool jungle. So from there, we took the overnight night bus, obviously overnight, to a town called Valladolid, changing in Merida, which was like quite a long. I think it must have been like a solid 12 hours in total, including like a 1 hour stop at like 5 in the morning. So Valladolid is a town that's like way over, almost to a couple of hours away from Cancun. So we're right up on the over on the east side of Mexico now, in the Yucatan. So the reason we wanted to go to Valladolid is because we knew it was an easy stopping place to us to get to where we are now, which is Holbox, which is like a small island off the north coast of the southern part of Mexico, where there's like kind of like cool beaches. But also we'd heard that there was this really cool pink lake, like really bright pink lake, made pink by kind of the salts and the plankton, and also some really cool cenotes, which we wanted to see as well. So if you don't know what a cenote is, let me educate you. They are these amazing kind of... Cenote is like a big hole. I don't know why I'm doing this. It's like 40, 50, 60 meters wide. Sort of circular hole, natural hole that's been made in the ground out of this limestone, like big. Sometimes they're kind of covered with maybe just a little shaft of light coming through. Sometimes they're just open, and then really clean fresh water low down in the bottom, and you can just go in, dive, swimming. So we ended up renting these bikes and do like a 30-kilometer bike ride around the area outside of Valladolid, and we stopped at 4 separate cenotes. Well, 5 actually, because the day before we had done one which is right in the heart of the town. In fact, check this out, because this was the one that's, it's literally in the city, this, like right in the middle of the city, of us just jumping in, like swimming in the water, like there was loads of fish there, like eating our feet. So this is our first taste of a cenote. It's absolutely gorgeous and beautiful. So yeah, this is really cool. Two, 3, go.
Whoa.
Here we go. The lads. Rich's feet are a lot more delicious than Sam's. What are you saying, mate?
I'm saying this is so weird.
We're going under.
It gets less weird. Oh, you get used to it.
It just
So yeah, loads of fun there, and then the next day we did this bike ride. 4 different ones, each one like really weird and unique. I don't know exactly what I'm going to drop in now, I need to check the videos, but the first one we had completely to ourselves. In fact, so I'll definitely show this now. We walked down and there was just no one in there. There's this little one, just the 3 of us, no guards or security or anything. So yeah, check this as walking down. This is really beautiful.
We got the cenote to ourselves.
and that really loud buzzing noise.
Whoa! Oh my god.
So yeah, that was the first one. And then the following ones were a little bit in fact more larger and more impressive. A few more people around. One of them was just this huge big cabin with this one shaft of light coming down. I actually took a video of this, which I think will probably look quite cool. And the water's so clear and fresh, and some shots of rich and salmon underwater. So yeah, check this too. This is lit. Ridiculous. Go, go, go.
3, okay. 2, 1. Come on. Did you fuck's sake?
And yeah, the final one was a little bit more touristy. There was probably like 40-50 people at the final one, and we had to kind of wear these life vests. But it's just this like massive hole in the ground with fresh water, and the waterfall falling down. So yeah, we stopped there and did that, and that was unreal as well. I think I've got some photos of us jumping in from there too, which was quite fun. And yeah, racing through the final thing. So on the final day, which was actually yesterday, I'm trying to remember all this stuff quickly. We were going to take the night ferry, not the night ferry, the evening ferry, like 7 p.m. ferry, over from about 2-hour drive away from Valladolid to Holbox, where we are now. But before that, we wanted to go up to see these pink lakes. So we took this journey up to the north coast to a place called Rio Lagartos. We took a boat trip with a local fisherman, and they'll take you out for a couple of hours, and saw some cool stuff. Saw another crocodile, got attacked by some seagulls, and also there was like these sort of clay mud flats where you go and like cover yourself in mud. Hands down, I was not into getting covered in mud. I didn't want to get left out. Rich and Sam were absolutely all over it. I put some on my arms and like just drew a cock on my belly for the laughs. But yeah, here's a photo of us covered in mud, and you can see that I wasn't like as into it as these lads were. But I guess it was still quite fun. It was quite worth the photo. And then yeah, then we went to these pink lakes. I'll just drop in a couple of snaps here as the final thing to talk about. It was crazy, like really bright pink. So yeah, we had a really fun time there. So yeah, give a bit of context there. There was flamingos in the pink lakes too, which is obviously kind of cool. So yeah, like I'm looking at my time. That's a 9-minute talk, just about basically 4 days, and I feel like I've really rushed through it. So I'm definitely going to go over the 10-minute mark when these, which I said I wasn't going to do, when these videos get dropped in. But yeah, fuck it, amazing week, ridiculously beautiful stuff. Like 4 separate days of just unbelievable, cool shit. I've sworn a lot in this podcast, but podcast, I called it a podcast. That's because I'm listening to like a million podcasts. It's definitely not a podcast, it's a vlog. But yeah, fantastic stuff. We're now on the beach, chilling out probably for the next week or so, stay for a few days, head down to Tulum. So I'll do another one in the week. Thanks for watching if you've made it all the way through this. As always, feel free to hit me up, drop me a message, leave a comment, whatever, and yeah, love you. And that's the end of that shot.